If you have not been staying in a cave for the last few years, you have definitely come across the term Bitcoin. And if you have slightly scratched the surface, you must have known that it is an intangible digital form of currency having a pretty volatile price or value. And if you have dived even further, you would have known that this currency mainly targets a decentralized world. It is a bankless currency with no central authority controlling it. That is, it has no bank managing its transactions and no government to issue it. Its idea was actually seeded by Satoshi Nakamoto, whose identity is mysterious and unconfirmed even till this date. I sometimes think whether he was a being from future or from an alien planet. He just, dropped this idea among us and poof, vanished. Comment below if you find this conspiracy theory fascinating. The concept of cryptographies has been implemented in various forms over the years and in various fields. Bitcoin has done the same and included a few other ideas and together combined to form a foolproof currency system. Or is it? That's a debate for another day. Now let's begin and have a glimpse of how this amazing technology works. For an outsider, it may seem just like a normal money transfer, that is sending one Bitcoin from one account to the other. The coins transferred are stored in digital wallets and the account numbers are called public keys. Just like you need passwords to log into your email account and send emails, you need passwords or private keys to send the Bitcoin from one wallet address to the other. Private keys are actually a bit more important than you may actually think. Forgetting your private keys may well be equal to forgetting the coins in your wallet. Once the transaction is confirmed, it is visible on this website in this form. Well and good. But what about the backstage performances going around during this transaction? Let's unravel this piece by piece. Well, to be precise, a lot of things goes behind the scenes. And to cut the long story short, recent transactions occurring on the Bitcoin platform come encoded to these computers or nodes using hash functions. These nodes or computers are operated by miners. But why are they called miners? You will know shortly. The encoded form of these transactions are in the form of a 256-bit random number known as hash. The function SHA-256 is used for this, that spits out the number that seems random. You must be thinking that at these nodes, the miners must be doing a lot of coding and calculation and stuff. Well, yeah, but basically all they are doing is guessing. They get into a race against all other miners in the system, trying to do more computation, and they randomly keep guessing the 256-bit hash, which is totally unknown to them. The computation requires immense computer capacity and consumes a lot of power. Once any miner correctly guesses this hash function and wins this lucky race, it's celebration time for him. The blockchain programming rewards him in the form of Bitcoin. In other words, he basically generates 6.25 Bitcoin as of now, which at this moment amounts to almost 30 lakh rupees out of just thin air, just by winning this guessing game and without anyone sending it to him. This reward gets halved every 2,10,000 blocks or 4 years. Fascinating, isn't it? And this is the reason why this process is called mining Bitcoin. The person doing so is known as miner. Now you see, for any currency system to be dependable and reliable, it must solve the problem of double spending. Without it, the currency system bears no value in any sense. Now, what is this double spending problem? How does Bitcoin solve it? Well, here the consensus model comes to play. First, let us understand what double spending actually is. Say, all I have in my wallet is 2 Bitcoin, which I have spent by sending it to your wallet, whose hash is currently guessed by a node where miner X is present. He propagates to all other nodes, saying, hey, found this transaction. Add this to your ledger, which is identical to mine, and inform me if you find any discrepancies. All the other nodes take my previous balance based on the previous transactions to and from my wallet address and finds everything is okay. They give their consent about the validity of the transaction and verifies it, and it gets added to the chain. Well and good. Now, I claim to send another 2 Bitcoins from my address to yours, irrespective of the fact that I have no Bitcoins left in my wallet. Again, the hash of this is solved by some miner Y sitting as some other node, and once again, it gets propagated to all other miners. But this time, the other nodes check the ledger and find that it seems fishy. As a result, this transaction is declared invalid and the transaction do not get included in the chain. This is the consensus model, where more than 50% of the nodes must give its consent for the validity of a transaction, and only then it will be added to the chain. Now, what if somehow someone manages to assemble more than 50% of the total computation power of all nodes and provides validity to an invalid transaction? Well, though it is not practically possible, no one will ever attempt it. This is because that will incur unfathomable cost, and even if one invalid transaction is somehow validated, the chain will completely reject it and follow the correct ledger once other transaction surfaces which disapproves the transaction as it doesn't sync with these. No one will bet so much on a losing cost, right? A miner would rather participate in the proof of work mechanism and stand chance to earn mining rewards by staying honest and humble to the system. The work of computation, guessing and validating that these computers do are a proof that significant amount of work has been done in order to guess the hash correctly. Thus, this framework of adding a new block to the existing chain of blocks is known as proof of work. Since even the cryptographic footprint of all the previous blocks in the form of hash is present in every new block that is added to the chain, any change to the previously valid and verified transaction is totally impossible, as it will require change in all the block data that comes after it in the chain. Ethereum till now operates in the same proof of work mechanism. The other recent alternatives which have come up are proof of stake, on which Polygon and Ethereum 2.0 will work, and proof of history, on which Solana works. Now there are arguments both for and against Bitcoin being accepted as a currency. Arguments against this decentralized currency system include 1. Huge power consumption, which leads to more use of fossil fuels and in turn climate change. And secondly, since senders and receivers are completely anonymous, illegal transactions which may promote black market trade, terror funding or any other illegal activity is suspected to be promoted because of it. On the other hand, people favoring such system wants zero interference from any authority regarding their hard-earned money and demands total control of it. Situations like 2008 banking crisis or the government printing more and more money, thus devaluing the worth of the existing money, has pushed this argument more in their favor. They also claim that mining uses much less energy compared to what is used to sustain these banking institutions. So what are your opinions? Comment down below. If you want to dive even deeper in this subject, I am recommending 2 study materials for you. One is the official Bitcoin white paper, whose link is in the description. The other is the book Mastering Bitcoin by Andreas M. Antonopoulos, which is a masterpiece in itself. I will also suggest you to watch a video on YouTube on the channel named 3 Blue 1 Brown. I will be linking that in the description too. If you like this video, press the like button to make the YouTube algorithms happy. For more such easy elaborations of the crypto tech, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever a new video is released. That's all from my side. See you in the next video. Exciting times ahead.